Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk. I'm Heidi Smith, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today we're doing some more Christmas packaging, and this is just a lovely little gift box that I've made using the fabulous Wonder of the Season Designer Series paper, which you can see here. So this is 12 sheets, double-sided, foiled in red or gold on the front and black and white, just black and white on the back, not foiled. You can see lovely script on the reverse of these, beautiful foiling, and they're all kind of like newspapers or that sort of stuff. Anyway, I thought they were great fun, and the paper is so lovely with that foil that I thought it really doesn't take much to make a really pretty packaging. What I did think though is that it paired really well with the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, which you can see here with this lovely tree and the Merry Christmas image sentiment, and I've used our fancy tag topper to create a tag to go with that as well. Really quite a good size of box, pop all sorts of things in there, and just a little bit of an unusual shape, a bit more like a pillow box, I guess. So to start off with then, it's that size of box is made using just half a sheet of our DSP. So you're going to take your paper and you're going to cut it at 15 centimetres. I have done dimensions in inches, and the link to my blog is down below, and you can pop along there for inches. So you're trimming to 15 centimetres, and then you're going to do some scoring. So on the long edge, and this is the orientation you want it to be in, if you want your sort of box to be kind of presented like this. Obviously, if you wanted to present it in the other orientation, cut your DSP accordingly if it's got a direction to it. So you are going to score on the long edge at 3.5. You're going to score at 14.5. Get my extender bar out. Oh yes, I'm going to do it in red this time, so I thought I'd do a bit of save me having to emboss the sentiment. You're going to score at 18 centimetres and at 29 centimetres. If you wanted to, you could trim it down to 30 centimetres. It just gives you a slightly longer overlap. Then on the short edge, we're going to score at 1 centimetre. Then at 4.5. At 10.5 and at 14 centimetres. Okay. So once you've done that, you're going to reinforce those score lines just with your fingers. There we go. So you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. And this seam is going to go to the back, our back edge. So this is where the front is going to be. So we're going to want to put some score lines in onto this section here, these two shorter sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that, and I'm just using a ruler and normally an embossing tool. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my erasable pen on this one. So on this first score line, you're going to just mark at 1.75 on the top, and where you're going to score, if I show you by drawing, is from this join and this cross point up to the centre, and that's exactly the same on the other 4 small sections. So it's not on the very top, just going to come down to the middle, make a mark just in the middle there, and then just score. And obviously you'd use your embossing tool. I mean, you could use an erasable marker, as I've done, if you wanted to, and score. And then repeat that on the bottom as well. So you're just going to, just come in, mark the centre of this, and from those score lines up to, so that's where they join, just up to the, you see, so it's just on that first score line that we're doing that. I mean, I do find these pens, I probably use these more than I do a pencil these days. and they're just erased by friction, and they're absolutely great. So literally, once I've done that, I can just rub it away, just as you would. So those are just going to be reinforced. So before I reinforce those, I'm going to do some trimming. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim this first section, and I'm going to leave the long section. So remember I said it's going to join at the back here. You want the tabs left on this front section. And I'm just going to cut, which isn't as easy as it might look with the foiling. Like so. So I'm just see I left a tab here, and the same on the other side. Oh, to have my lovely big Stampin' Up scissors. And obviously you could do this on a trimmer if you wanted to, but it's not too bad. It's just probably more awkward because of the lighting. So just cut away those outer tabs as well. So at the end of it, it should look like this. So you can see here where those score lines are. So now you've trimmed away, you can just fold those away, and by scoring them on the inside of this, it does actually make sense, because these creases come on the inside. On the inside, yeah, they tuck in. There we go, and the last one over here. Again, just gently, with your fingers. You don't have to be sort of overly scored with a bone folder. You can if you want to. So once you've done that, we're then going to fold and adhere this edge. So I'm just using my fast fuse, my Seal Plus, and you can see now that that's going to pinch in both top and bottom. So I'm going to pinch my bottom piece in. Now if you wanted to on the bottom, you could obviously just add a little bit of glue if you wanted to hold that close, but because we're going to tie it with a ribbon, it doesn't matter. Now obviously at this point you would add your gift, and then you can see I'm just tucking that to the other side of those, and it does actually keep itself fairly well closed if you put it the right side of where you've joined the card. So just pinch those, and that's where just notching that top tab slightly just helps to feed that in, like so. So then you want to get yourself a nice length of ribbon. So this is about probably about 40 inches, I would guess, of ribbon. I've probably been a little on the generous side. And what I do is I put it flat underneath first, and then I bring it to the front and just make a cross shape, pass the long edge underneath, and then tuck it under the ribbon. Then you can tie just shut, you see. So then we're getting a nice flat crossover on the back there. Pop that to one side so we can do our stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a small piece of our Whisper White, which is 5 centimetres by about 12 centimetres, thereabouts. Oh no, 8.5 centimetres. So it is in fact 3¼ inches by 2 inches. And I'm going to stamp that in some real red ink. You see, I haven't used this in real red before, so it is going to stain. So after this it will be forever a little bit pink hued, but don't worry about it. I'm just going to stamp that right at the very bottom, like so. I'm going to stamp my Christmas tree. Looks like I might need to re-ink that, like so. And I'm just going to come in with my lovely tree punch and punch that out, or at least I would. Only I've misplaced my punch. Okay. It will appear shortly, I'm sure. In the meantime, grab your tag topper and let's punch the top of this. Oh, this is just silly now. Okay, how can you... Oh, there we go. I knew it wasn't far away. Couldn't possibly be far away. Now, if like this, I've done it on a fairly small scrap and you find that you can't quite hold on to it while you punch it, just grab a post-it note and pop it on there, and you'll find that means that you can use all sorts of little scraps to just hold it in place while you punch. So we're then going to pop that up on a couple of our dimensionals. So we've got an extra one there, okay. And these dimensionals these are the mini ones I'm using here, but you could just put it up on our standard dimensionals. Don't forget to get your bit of post-it note off the top there. And I'm just going to add that. And I added it fairly centrally so that it covered up our little aperture. Because that then means that you can bring your ribbon in, and if we just angle the edge there and feed that through, then means we can tie our bow on the top here, and our tag will just sit like so. And then all you need to do is just grab those loops and the tails, and what I tend to do is pull them in opposite directions. There we go. So that my bows come up to the top, trim off the other end, and there we have our pretty couple of pillow type boxes ready for Christmas gifting without any further ado. And the great thing with these is if before you actually fold them, if you can just keep them flat as I've got here, so those are all scored and ready to go, so you can just pop those together and you've got a pretty gift box ready to pop all sorts of either treats, or you could easily pop a bit of jewellery or other luxury goodie in there. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you'd like to purchase any of the items you've seen, do pop along to my shop at heidismith.stampinup.net, or go along to my blog and you'll find the links to products, or if you click on the little down arrow by the description below, you'll see a list of products and you can click on those as well. Thank you for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Bye.